Okay, welcome back to another video. So we're going to continue on where we stopped the last time, getting the perspex cut for the windows, and also I'm going to get the doors sealed up, which I've sort of been overthinking, so I'm going to show you what I'm sort of thinking now. So basically I'll go around the far side. What I was going to do was actually put a metal fill rod in between these and weld these doors closed. Now the doors are already closed and latched and obviously solid and where they're supposed to be. However, when you push on them, there's a bit of movement on the latch. So what I'm going to do, or what I have done, is I've actually drilled a small screw through here, which makes the door totally solid. It means it can't flex. So that's it totally sealed, and it'll just make it far easier to fill it. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fiberglass in that edge because there's the strength's in the door. The door's already there. It's not like it's going to go into a stock car event or anything whenever you need to weld the doors closed. So it's going to be solid enough with that, and it's not going to allow the fiberglass to crack. So it just takes an awful lot of time off. Likewise with the handles, get them blanked off and we'll get some fiberglass into that. Just make it far easier and far quicker for what we're trying to do here. So yeah, I'll drill a hole in the other side. That secures it. That allows me to set the door where I want to set it. And I'm going to clean up the metal around the edges here. I'll put a bit of sealer in behind it, and then I'll close the door over and we'll put some fiberglass in it and seal it off then. And that'll be that door done. And it's only a matter then with the perspex over the side, which is here on the ground, so we'll get that trimmed. So I'll go ahead and do that, get some stuff made up, and I can show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'll show you what I've done with the doors. Basically that's just duct tape which I put over just to seal them, and then in behind that I've actually fiberglassed it. So all this is a fiberglass matting, and it's on both sides, so that'll go hard and that'll make a hard layer here. So whenever I'm filling this, it'll make it much easier. That also means that these doors the door panels can go back on again now for the final time and sealed up, because we'll not need to go back in there for anything. The only thing I have on here at the minute is still the door pull. But again, I'm going to go looking at this here now, and we'll sort out getting this door permanently closed and moving on. So let's go. Okay, so change of plans again. I'm going to go ahead. I've actually cleaned the metal and I've shaped this bit of metal here to fill to the shape of the door jamb here. And all I'm going to do is put a few tacks in this here, and this is going to give this, it's going to seal the gap, and it's going to give somewhere for the filler, the fiberglass to go to. Means I'll not have to try and pump the stuff into the sides of it. It'll work far better. So yeah, I'll go ahead and tack this on, and then we'll close the door over, tack it closed. I'll put a wee bit of spray over these to stop them from rusting, and then that'll be that door sealed. Okay, so fairly quick, and I'm not a professional welder, so bear with me. Just some tacks, hold it on, it's very secure. I've already tried the door, and then with the door closed, that obviously bridges the gap. I have to slam it tight, but I want to do a bit of preparation in behind it first, get it painted, and then we'll close it tight and seal it up. But it's basically just allowing me to slam the door on this, so that's what I was after. Far stronger, and then it'll have a couple of points of contact then. So yeah, good result. I'll go ahead and mirror that now on the other side, and I'll get this cleaned up and a bit of paint put over it just to stop it from rusting through, and then that'll be that. So a bit of primer on it. It's very hard to see, but basically the edge of the metal is just sitting below the edge of the door frame. It's obviously just a wee weld I'll have to clean up. So that means then I can fill up that line, and that's solid. It's also, the door's pulled right across, and I could put an extra couple of tacks in there, but I don't think it really needs it, to be honest, in between the frame and the door there. So we'll go ahead just and fill that. It screws in here as well, so that is solid. So fairly quick. Again, I'll need to start sealing this up before you can actually see the quarter panel as one piece. So I'll go again on the other side and repeat the same thing, and that's another good step forward. Okay, so it doesn't look like much from here, but that's another obstacle done. So that's all sealed, doors closed, doors screwed in here is tight, so like I said, it's solid. These bits have went hard, so they're ready now to fill. Problem is I'm going to have to fill that there gap, and same on this side, metal bar down it, and all closed over and sealed, and again super tight, no flex in it whatsoever. The skin here will be a bit flexy at the minute, but once I put the perspex in and seal that to that, that'll seal that and stop any movement. So there's no way that's going to crack now when I put some fiberglass in there to fill that. So that is, didn't take me as long as I thought actually. Just a few wee tacks, and then bent the metal with my leg. It was just a metal rod, metal bar, and just shaped it, basically bending it over my leg to the shape of the door frame. So good clean metal, it was easy to work with. So what's next? Next we'll get these windows cut and roughly fixed, and that should move me on another bit. So let's go. Right, okay, so we're back on the door. So now I'm going to get a bit of sandpaper. I'm going to roughen up the edges here, take the paint back so that the fiberglass will stick. I'm going to put a wee coat of fiberglass in and a couple of wee coats in here. So I'll put it on the elapse, give it a bit of a clean up, and we'll get some fiberglass on, get this gap filled up. Okay, so I've went round the door edges with a 320 DA pad and also some Scotch-Brite, just to give it to key it up, to scratch the surface in order to apply the fiberglass. Then I've mixed up the two-stage fiberglass, two-pack fiberglass, hardener, and the fiberglass itself, and I'm just literally applying it to the gaps and trying to spread it out nice and even over the panel. Okay, so the fillers now went off, the fiberglass went hard, and I'm going to do now the handle area at the front. Not so yet, but particularly around the door edges here, I'm going to start working on this. So I'm going to put it on the a bit of a lapse, and you can see me sanding the top surface down. We'll see what sort of surface we'll have to play with now, and then obviously we skim a finishing filler will be fine over that, over the fiberglass then. So let's hit that, see how it comes up. Okay, so that's that sanded back. You can see there the line. Now there's a couple of wee low spots which you typically get because it was only one fill done, but the body filler will fill that. One wee skim will actually do that, so it's very good. There's a bit of a height difference there at the minute, but that's where the filler's going to bridge that. That has sealed the gap, and then what I want is a flat panel here. So we'll put some bridging filler across here, not bridging filler, sorry, normal filler, and then it'll probably be blocked in just to give it a nice straight edge. So again, I'm getting too carried away. It doesn't really need to be immaculate, but that's what I'm going to do. So again, I'll leave this here to dry because it was a bigger area. I'll go on to the other side, and then I'll get a wee bit of body filler made up and just do one wee light skim over the lot, and that should be alright for that panel. So going very well, very pleased, so we'll keep it up. Okay, so first rub, and like I said, a few wee pinholes. So I've prepped it up now. I'm going to put another skim of filler over everything, and it's only going to be a real wee light coat, and that should cover everything, and that should flatten everything out. So looking very good here, and this side's actually nearly better, believe it or not. Once I did the metal bar, I had to use a lot less filler on it. So there you go, better at after first practice obviously. So I'll go ahead and get another bit of filler made up here and we'll get this covered up. But essentially now that is it, a two-door car. Okay, one fill of body filler. Excuse the noise in the background. And likewise here. So we'll smooth this panel out, sorry, both sides, and Probably put a bit of primer on them just to stop them from rusting through until we get the paintwork ready, which is going to be actually very soon. Okay, so one coat of body filler put on, and that's covered up all the edges everywhere where I needed to cover. Likewise on the other side. So we'll let that go off again, give it another sand, and then as I said to you, I'll probably block it a wee bit just to finish it off so it don't burn through the edges again. So yeah, that will be it, that finished. Door sealed up. I'm leaving a gap here at the minute. I'll probably seal that just with sealer, just in case any water gets in, finds its way out again. There'll always be somewhere for it to go, so I'll figure that last bit out. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, that's it. Sealed up, welded, fiberglassed and filled. So I've sort of overdid it, but it's better to do that now at this stage. So move on to the next project then, the next part of the project, sorry. Okay, so I'm running out of light, so really quickly just got a bit of primer on the car, but as you can see, well, it's just drying here at this side. That is the door, now quarter panel, one lot complete. I have put the perspex on here now, have to figure out the gaps with it, and then obviously I'll figure out where the window's going to be in that. So that was a good run at that. Pretty happy with the way that's turned out. Obviously we have our box section here, which I haven't done any on today, saving that for next time. I'm going to get James to give me a hand with the welding, just 100% secure that, and then what I'll start doing is making cardboard templates and then adding the panels. That should be pretty straightforward. I was actually more worried about these quarter panels here and these doors, but obviously I've got through it pretty quick, and yeah, pretty happy with the outcome. You can just see that primer's just starting to dry now, and it'll leave a nice sort of uniform dull coat. Yeah, that was only a real quick sort of prep, a real quick pass over it with everything just sort of going well. So sort of makes the vision sort of stand out a wee bit more now, as you can see. So run out of light, unfortunately. Gonna have to start packing up tonight, so I'll come back to you the next day and we'll take a look at this back section then. Okay, so a wee bit of a sneak preview here. What I've actually did is mocked it up with cardboard just to see what the car would look like, the shape of it. So it's very crude again, but it'll give you an idea of the shape of the car. So I think it's where we want to be, and it's going to be quite easy to panel actually when you look at that with the bits of cardboard that we needed to do. So happy with that. So time to get it done in metal. Okay, off we go again, and I've actually decided that I'm going to try and weld the majority, if not all, of the car, just to, one, practice, and two, I like to do all the things as much as I can myself. So me and my dad's going through it. We're tacking various parts of it, and I'm using a jack and the block of wood to level off the panel and to get it all sitting relatively square. And then we're just measuring, double checking, and going back around the different pieces to make sure they're all good welds on them, nice and strong. And then also adding extra wee sections in, which I'll show you here shortly. We're just better support for the panels that are going on. Right, bit more welding done. So braced off, ignore some of them welds, haven't cleaned them up yet. Braced off here. I've put this here beam here into this line because I want the actual line of the sheet metal to follow the line of the car. Likewise here, so you can see the shape. It matches it, the profile. We've already done it with cardboard, as you've seen earlier on, so it gives me an idea that everything's going to line up. Next is going to be, we've also a couple of braces here. Next we're going to work off the boot lid so that I can bring the boot lid across to here, and then probably a couple of braces from here down onto the crash bar. But you can move the whole car. You could jack the car up with that now, so it's probably more than it actually needed strength wise. But I'm not going to film anymore. I'll just do a few more tacks, do a few bits, a bit more metal, and then we'll have a look at the framework all sort of finished, because I could film welding here for hours, and I'm sure you've seen enough of it so far. Right, okay, doing very well. Built all these supports, built the tailgate here, built this side. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is so you can see how it's going to work. Sorry, the sunlight's very bright here. So the boot lid's going to go off. I'm going to triangulate a bit off this onto that, and then we'll just worry about tidying it up after. But essentially that's the new boot lid, and I will make a bit of noise here because I haven't put any padding or anything on, and that's it closed. So that's the new trunk or boot lid, depending on where you're wearing it or watching this. Sorry. So plenty done. I'll do a bit more bracing here, and that's pretty much the metal work done. Like I say, I'm going to link into this, into the crash bar. I'm going to link the tailgate here together just to triangulate a bit and to push this bar up, and then tidy up all the welds, and then it'll be ready for sheet metal. So it makes a big difference. A wee bit of structure now, you can see the shape of the car. So move on another wee bit. Okay, so catch up. The metalwork, or the outside framework should I say, is complete. So we went way over the top of this strength wise. So I have the lines here following this line down, the line of the quarter panel. I have this line again following the quarter panel, and I plan to go with the sheet over this and fold it down. So when you look to the side, it'll mount over the top of the bumper, and then we'll blend it all into it. Back section doesn't look like much, but it's obviously that'll be a flat panel over it, and then identical on this side. Excuse the noise in the background, somebody's painting. Then the tailgate, I've made my triangle on my ledge here. It's like a picnic bench if you like, and when I close that now, I have a functioning boot lid. I don't want to slam it down yet because I have it disconnected at the minute. But as you can see, I'm just a sheet over this, and that'll be the boot lid. Then I'm going to open this boot up. I'll put a sheet down the inside of this diagonally, which will cover this bit in. And then underneath the car, I've also anchored these braces off here, so I'll mount the flat panel up. You can see it's going to clear everything, and that'll sheet off the bottom of the car. So that's as much as I am going to do tonight. I need to now get the flat panels, the flat plating. I can nearly speak. And I'll cut a couple of squares, and then we'll do a template for both sides, and then weld that together and clean it up and start blending in then obviously a back bumper, which I still have to get. So very happy with that. That was a big jump tonight, and some of the welds don't look the best, but you're never going to see them. And as I say, it is seriously strong. You can climb over that. So that's all for tonight. We'll come back on another day and get a look at it. Right, so I'm actually going to put a wee bit of a break into the video here. I'm going to go ahead and cut the perspex, get it sort of shaped up, and then I'll come back to you in the next video with that. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. Hope you're as enthusiastic about the project as I am. I'm trying to push it through. Like I say, you've seen in my last video, run out of time with this garage, so it suits better to get it done here. So thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. I need thumbs up. I need comments. It helps YouTube push the videos out to other people, and it makes it worthwhile, makes it worth doing. So I enjoy engaging with people. Anybody any questions at all? If anybody needs back windows and electric window mechanisms for a Chevrolet Cruze, give me a shout, give me a message, and they'll probably just be going out. They're sitting in a pile. I keep looking over at them. So yeah, thanks for watching, and just follow me in the next video. We'll see some more progress. Thank you. Cheers.